Welcome back to Patriots Hub, everyone. We are officially stepping into that wild period of the NFL season where the air is thick with speculation. Rosters are in constant motion, and the so-called silly season begins to take center stage. Training camps are winding down. The preseason is nearly complete, and as we approach the final week before Week 1 kicks off, there's a tangible sense that everything could shift at any moment. Deals, trades, and roster moves are lurking around every corner, and for a team like the New England Patriots, the stakes couldn't be higher. This is not about simply fielding a team capable of a .500 season or competing for the AFC East crown. It's about assembling a roster that can genuinely compete at the highest level, week in and week out, and make a run toward a playoff berth that goes beyond just the first round. The whispers surrounding potential trades have already begun, and the names being tossed in the mix are some of the most impactful in the league. One of the stories dominating NFL headlines is the ongoing saga in Dallas involving Micah Parsons. The situation has developed into something resembling a full-blown soap opera, and while drama between a star player and ownership is nothing new for Jerry Jones, the implications could be monumental. Over the past decade, Jones has been known to push the boundaries, whether negotiating record contract for quarterbacks like Dak Prescott or managing the complex dynamics surrounding players like C.D. Lamb. Now, with Parsons, the chess game continues. According to multiple sources, including NFL insider Adam Schefter, the relationship between Parsons and the Cowboys may be irreparable. A trade could be imminent, whether before the season, in the early weeks, or even lingering until next year. The key takeaway is that reconciliation seems unlikely, and the possibility of Parsons finding a new home in New England cannot be dismissed. For the Patriots front office, led by Elliott Wolf, the decision would be monumental. Acquiring a player of Parsons' caliber would likely involve trading a first-round and second-round pick, possibly including additional contributors like Anthony Jennings, Kyle Duggar, or Keion White, along with a long-term, high-value contract in the $35 to $45 million per year range. The question for fans and analysts alike is simple. Is it worth it? Parsons is a generational talent, a game-changing defensive force, arguably in the top 3 of his position across the league. His ability to disrupt offenses, pressure quarterbacks, and fundamentally alter the flow of a game is the kind of edge that every championship contender covets. If the opportunity arises, the Patriots would be hard-pressed to ignore it, because in today's NFL, having a dominant presence on the edge is nearly as critical as having a franchise quarterback. As the trade speculation swirls, the Patriots are also quietly building a formidable backfield that could prove essential in alleviating pressure on the offense. Drake May is set to lead, supported by Rondre Stevenson and Antonio Gibson, creating a trio of talented, versatile backs capable of distributing touches and keeping defenses off balance. Both Stevenson and Gibson have emphasized their commitment to team success, highlighting a willingness to adjust their roles depending on situational needs. Stevenson has acknowledged past challenges, including fumbling issues, while Gibson has consistently demonstrated productivity wherever he has played. With the addition of rookie Tavon Henderson, the Patriots' depth at running back is enviable. The mix of power, speed, and versatility allows New England to rotate players strategically, ensuring that each athlete can contribute effectively without overextending themselves. This approach not only maximizes performance, but also safeguards against injuries while maintaining a dynamic, unpredictable offense. The Patriots' defensive picture is equally intriguing. A surprise development in training camp involved Cleon Chasen, a former first-round pick by the Jacksonville Jaguars, who has now been inserted into the starting lineup alongside Harold Landry. This change pushed Keion White out of starting role, though it remains to be seen whether this is a permanent adjustment or part of a broader strategy to evaluate talent and maintain flexibility for potential trades. Chasen's speed and agility on the edge add a new dimension to the Patriots' defensive scheme, particularly within their 3-4 alignment. Meanwhile, Landry is performing at an elite level, demonstrating relentless effort and an ability to anchor one side of the defensive front, which allows Chasen to exploit opportunities and apply consistent pressure. The combination of veteran leadership and youthful athleticism creates a potent mix capable of disrupting opposing offenses and generating critical turnovers. On the subject of roster cuts and trades, the Patriots face challenging decisions as they trim their roster from 90 to 53 players. Jalen Polk, the second-round receiver from Washington, is among the notable names who could be cut or traded, depending on health and performance in the final preseason game. Polk has battled injuries, limiting his ability to establish himself, while Kyle Duggar and Anthony Jennings, who were active late in preseason action, are now primarily on the scout team and may struggle to secure a roster spot. These scenarios are typical in a team undergoing a transition under a new head coach and defensive coordinator, where prior assumptions about roster security are constantly being tested. Even former first-round lineman Cole Strange could be a candidate for movement, whether through a trade or release, as the Patriots prioritize flexibility, depth, and positional versatility heading into Week 1. Beyond the individual talent, the Patriots' approach underscores a commitment to constructing a team capable of meaningful success. From strategic backfield rotations to calculated roster moves and potential blockbuster trades, New England is clearly positioning itself to compete at the highest level. While the drama off the field often garners headlines, the core focus remains on building a cohesive, adaptable, and high-performing team capable of navigating the grueling NFL schedule. Whether through aggressive acquisitions like Parsons or maximizing the utility of players like Stevenson, Gibson, and Henderson, the Patriots' strategy reflects an understanding that every roster decision carries weight and that championship aspirations require calculated risk, depth, and a relentless focus on execution. The final preseason game looms as a critical evaluation point. Every snap, every drill, and every matchup offers insight into how the team will perform under pressure. The coaching staff, led by Mike Vrabel, is meticulously analyzing performance, identifying strengths, and addressing weaknesses. The process involves more than just assessing talent. It's about understanding character, adaptability, and the ability to contribute within the broader team framework. Players like Chasen, Henderson, and the rotating running backs are being tested not just physically, but in terms of football IQ, situational awareness, and resilience. These evaluations will inform final roster decisions, ensuring that the 53-man roster is composed not only of skill, but of players ready to compete, adapt, and execute at a championship level. At the same time, the Patriots are navigating an NFL landscape in flux. Trades, holdouts, and contractual negotiations across the league can reshape competitive dynamics in an instant. The potential fallout from Parsons' situation in Dallas is just one example of how quickly opportunities can emerge for proactive teams. For New England, the challenge lies in balancing patience with decisiveness, ensuring that any moves made are sustainable and strategically sound. The front office, coaching staff, and player personnel department must work in harmony to evaluate options, forecast long-term implications, and position the team to seize opportunities when they arise. The depth and versatility of the roster, combined with strategic foresight, suggests that the Patriots are not simply planning to participate this season. They are planning to compete. Every player, from the running backs to the defensive linemen, is being assessed with a clear eye toward impact, both immediate and long-term. In a league where margins are thin and competition fierce, these details matter. The choices made now, whether in trades, cuts, or role assignments, will reverberate across the season and potentially determine the team's trajectory in the AFC. As we approach the final week before the regular season begins, the Patriots' story is one of preparation, calculation, and adaptability. From blockbuster trade speculation to the intricacies of training camp performances, every aspect of the team's operation is designed to create a competitive advantage. Fans, analysts, and opponents alike are watching closely, aware that New England's approach could serve as a blueprint for how to build a team capable of contending in the modern NFL. The next steps are crucial: finalizing the roster, managing contracts, and ensuring that every player understands their role and can execute under pressure. In this environment, every decision matters, and every opportunity carries the potential to redefine the team's prospects for the season ahead. As the Patriots move closer to finalizing their Week 1 roster, the complexity of their decisions becomes more apparent. Every cut, every trade, and every positional adjustment carries ripple effects that extend beyond the field. The coaching staff, with Mike Vrabel at the helm, has made it clear that performance in practice and preseason games is only part of the evaluation. Equally important is a player's mental toughness, adaptability, and willingness to embrace roles that may not be glamorous but are essential for team success. For instance, special teams performance has historically been a make-or-break factor in the Patriots roster decisions. Players like Antonio Gibson, while primarily recognized for their offensive contributions, are being evaluated for their ability to contribute in coverage units, return formations, and situational packages. The ability to pivot seamlessly between roles could make the difference between a roster spot and a practice squad. The offensive line, often considered the backbone of any NFL team, has been another area of focus. Cole Strange, despite being a former first-round pick, is facing subtle pressure to maintain consistency against younger, faster defensive fronts. The Patriots line has seen several positional rotations during the preseason, particularly at guard and tackle positions, as the coaching staff seeks optimal chemistry. Veterans like Shaq Mason and David Andrews provide stability and leadership, but the emergence of younger players, such as Trent Brown's understudy, has created healthy competition that forces everyone to elevate their game. In New England's system, the offensive line is more than a unit of blockers. It's a communication hub, responsible for adjusting protections in real time and ensuring that Mac Jones has a clean pocket. Any lapse in cohesion could have immediate consequences, which is why the Patriots are placing enormous emphasis on synchronization and technique heading into Week 1. Meanwhile, the wide receiver core is undergoing its own transformation. Jalen Polk, who showed flashes of brilliance during his rookie year but struggled with injuries, remains under scrutiny. His ability to maintain health, adapt to New England's complex route concepts, and develop chemistry with Mac Jones will be decisive. Alongside him, standout receivers like Jacoby Myers and Devontae Parker are expected to anchor the passing game, providing a blend of speed, route-running precision, and reliable hands. Rookie contributions from the draft class add intrigue, particularly when evaluating versatility and depth. The Patriots appear committed to mixing experienced veterans with high-upside young talent, a strategy designed to balance immediate production with long-term development. Tight end play, long a hallmark of New England's offensive identity, is also evolving. Hunter Henry remains a focal point in the passing game, but the coaching staff is experimenting with different personnel packages to maximize mismatches and exploit defensive vulnerabilities. Positions such as H-back and move tight end are receiving attention, with players like Dalton Keene and Devin Asiasi being assessed for their ability to create spacing, block in line, and contribute in motion. This layered approach reflects a broader organizational philosophy. Every player must have multiple competencies, and adaptability is rewarded over specialization. In a league defined by speed, athleticism, and strategic ingenuity, the ability to deploy personnel in various formations is a critical advantage. Defensively, the Patriots' depth chart continues to intrigue analysts. Harold Landry's presence on the edge is complemented by Cleon Chason's emergence, but the secondary remains a focal point of scrutiny. With J.C. Jackson no longer in the fold, the cornerback position has become a high-stakes competition, combining veterans with rookies who are still adjusting to NFL speed. Players like Joejuan Williams and Miles Bryant are being evaluated not only on coverage skills, but also on tackling, awareness in zone coverage, and special teams contribution. Safety play is equally nuanced, with Devin McCourty's transition toward mentorship roles allowing younger players to step into more prominent responsibilities. The Patriots' defensive philosophy relies heavily on discipline, pattern recognition, and communication, meaning that every mistake can be magnified. Coaching staff emphasis on situational awareness during practice drills is a reflection of the understanding that elite defenses are built on consistency and mental acuity, not just raw athleticism. One of the most captivating storylines revolves around trade flexibility. The Patriots front office has been quietly active in gauging interest around certain players who might hold immense value in the right scenario. While Micah Parsons remains a hypothetical blockbuster acquisition, other positions could also see movement. The offensive line, secondary, and tight end positions all contain assets that, if packaged creatively, could net multiple draft picks or high-profile talent. For example, a player like Cole Strange, despite being a cornerstone of the line, could hypothetically be moved if an opportunity arises to secure a premium edge rusher or an elite defensive back. These possibilities create a constantly shifting landscape in which the Patriots must balance immediate competitiveness with long-term sustainability. Special teams continue to be a strategic battleground. Punt coverage, kickoff returns, and field goal protection are scrutinized in ways that are invisible during casual viewing but essential for game management. Veterans like Jake Bailey provide stability in the kicking game, while young returners are being evaluated for their explosiveness and decision-making under pressure. Special teams often become the difference in close contests, particularly in late-game situations or playoff scenarios. The Patriots' historical emphasis on situational football, third down, red zone, clock management, extends to special teams, creating layers of advantage that could pay dividends over a 17-game season. The preseason has also exposed some areas of concern. Pass rush depth behind Landry and Chasen remains thin, meaning that injuries or fatigue could become critical. Similarly, the secondary is in a delicate phase of development, with several young players still adjusting to the complexity of NFL reads. The coaching staff is acutely aware of these vulnerabilities, which is why the final roster composition is being approached with meticulous care. Trade possibilities, free agent signings, and practice squad elevation strategies are all tools being considered to mitigate risk while maximizing performance. Media speculation and fan discourse add another layer of complexity. Every rumor about trades, contract negotiations, or positional battles generates waves of attention. While some of this information is noise, much of it reflects real pressure points within the league. The Patriots front office must navigate these narratives carefully, balancing transparency with strategic discretion. For instance, discussions about Micah Parsons inevitably attract attention, but the team's public posture remains measured, emphasizing preparation and team cohesion rather than transactional drama. This approach aligns with a long-standing organizational philosophy. Focus internally, execute externally, and let results speak louder than headlines. As Week 1 approaches, the Patriots face the challenge of integrating rookies and new acquisitions into a system that values both precision and versatility. Each player must understand not only their individual role, but also how it intersects with teammates' responsibilities. Miscommunications, misreads, or lapses in technique could be costly in games against opponents with elite talent and adaptive game plans. The coaching staff is using every tool available: practice simulations, video breakdowns, walkthroughs, and analytics to ensure readiness. Players like Mac Jones, who command the offense, must develop trust with each receiver, tight end, and back, while defensive leaders ensure alignment and discipline across multiple fronts. Ultimately, the Patriots' strategy appears rooted in a long-term vision without sacrificing short-term competitiveness. Trades, roster cuts, and positional experiments are all evaluated within the framework of maximizing winning potential while maintaining flexibility. Elite teams are rarely static. They adapt, pivot, and seize opportunities. New England's front office is embracing this philosophy, understanding that championship contention requires both preparation and the willingness to act decisively when opportunity arises. From a fan perspective, the narrative is electric. Every practice update, roster announcement, and trade rumor carry significance. The Patriots are constructing more than a team. They're shaping a narrative of competitiveness, adaptability, and strategic foresight. Analysts and enthusiasts alike will be dissecting each snap, each adjustment, and each decision, drawing conclusions about how prepared New England is for a season that promises to be both challenging and consequential. With a mix of veteran leadership, emerging talent, and potential game-changing acquisitions, the Patriots are positioning themselves as a team to watch, not just in the AFC East, but across the entire NFL landscape. As the final days of the preseason tick away, the Patriots' focus is clear: maximize performance, minimize risk, and enter Week 1 with a roster that is prepared for the rigors of a full NFL season. Each decision, whether a trade, a cut, or a rotation, has been carefully considered with an eye toward both immediate results and long-term implications. The balance between opportunity and prudence defines New England's approach, a strategy that reflects decades of organizational philosophy while embracing the realities of a modern, fast-paced, and high-stakes NFL environment. The Patriots' story at this juncture is not simply about the next game or the next roster decision. It is about cultivating a competitive identity, a mindset that values preparation, adaptability, and the pursuit of excellence at every level. Every player, coach, and executive is contributing to a larger vision, a vision of a team that can contend week after week, adjust to adversity, and position itself for meaningful success when it matters most. As the countdown to Week 1 continues, fans can expect drama, excitement, and strategic maneuvers both on and off the field, a reflection of a team deeply committed to its pursuit of sustained competitiveness and, ultimately, championship glory. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to Patriots Hub and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our New England Patriots. And don't be shy. Share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Whispers have been circulating across the league, growing louder with each passing day, about what could be the most seismic move in NFL history. Tyreek Hill, one of the most electrifying wide receivers of his generation, is reportedly set to join the New England Patriots, sparking a wave of speculation, excitement, and even disbelief among fans and analysts alike. This potential signing is not merely a tactical acquisition. It's being discussed as the largest contract in Patriots history, a move that could redefine the franchise's offensive capabilities for years to come. The rumor mill suggests that Hill's speed, agility, and uncanny ability to change the outcome of games in the blink of an eye might be exactly what New England needs to reclaim its place at the pinnacle of the NFL. Sources close to the team hint at negotiations that have been intense, with every detail of the contract scrutinized, from guaranteed money to performance incentives, and the possibility of this deal sending shockwaves through the entire league. Analysts are already projecting how Hill's presence could impact game planning, the dynamics with other skill players, and the Patriots' offensive schemes, noting that integrating such a high-caliber athlete might require an overhaul in strategy, play calling, and quarterback dynamics. Fans are buzzing, imagining a scenario where Hill's explosive playmaking becomes synonymous with the Patriots brand, potentially drawing national attention week after week. The conversation surrounding Tyreek Hill's rumored arrival in New England has created an unparalleled level of anticipation, with experts debating the implications of this unprecedented move. Some insiders speculate that Hill's speed and ability to stretch defenses vertically could fundamentally alter how the Patriots approach every game, forcing opponents to rethink defensive alignments and coverage schemes. The potential synergy with the team's current roster is a frequent topic in sports talk shows and online forums, where hypothetical matchups are analyzed with obsessive detail. Fans are imagining the highlights already, envisioning Hill darting past defenders, executing precise route running, and transforming ordinary plays into extraordinary spectacles. Rumors suggest that the front office sees Hill as more than just a receiver. He is a franchise-altering talent whose presence could inspire other players to elevate their performances. Financial experts within the sports world are also weighing in, predicting that this record-setting contract could set a new benchmark for wide receiver valuations across the NFL, creating ripple effects in future negotiations league-wide. Coaches and strategists are reportedly studying game tape obsessively, theorizing how to exploit Hill's unique skill set while balancing team chemistry, passing distribution, and maintaining consistency in a high-stakes, high-pressure environment that the Patriot organization is renowned for managing. Every potential scenario fuels a constant stream of speculation that makes this rumor feel increasingly tangible and imminent. As the chatter intensifies, media outlets and social media platforms have become virtual war zones of speculation, with fans dissecting every clue, gesture, and cryptic statement from team representatives. The notion of Tyreek Hill donning the Patriots' colors is already dominating headlines, trending hashtags, and late-night commentary, creating a cultural moment that feels almost cinematic in scope. Rumors indicate that internal team discussions have been fervent, with coaches weighing not only Hill's athletic prowess, but also the leadership, discipline, and locker room influence he could bring. Analysts are pointing out that the Patriots' offensive playbook may have to be rewritten from the ground up to maximize Hill's impact, potentially allowing the quarterback to take more risks, stretch the field further, and capitalize on mismatches in unprecedented ways. Every angle is under intense scrutiny, from his ability to mesh with tight ends and slot receivers to how special teams and red zone formations could be adapted to leverage his exceptional acceleration and agility. Fan communities are in a near-constant state of speculation, producing endless content that theorizes about touchdown celebrations, highlight reel plays, and potential playoff implications. Even rival teams are reportedly monitoring the situation closely, preparing contingency plans for how to counteract a Patriots offense potentially augmented by one of the fastest, most dynamic receivers in league history. The energy surrounding this rumor has reached such heights that it is beginning to feel less like speculation and more like an inevitable transformation in the NFL landscape. The financial ramifications of Tyreek Hill's rumored deal have become another layer of intrigue, with insiders hinting at a contract structure that could dwarf all previous deals in New England history. Discussions about signing bonuses, guaranteed money, and performance-based incentives have sparked debates over fiscal prudence versus strategic necessity, as executives weigh the long-term implications of committing such significant resources to a single player. Industry analysts speculate that Hill's market value, combined with his rare blend of speed, route precision, and game-changing instincts, might justify the unprecedented investment, positioning the Patriots as a team willing to gamble big for transformative talent. Fans and commentators alike are debating the potential trade-offs, questioning how salary cap management and roster depth will be affected, while simultaneously imagining the explosive possibilities this acquisition could unlock on the field. Reports suggest that internal team negotiations have been meticulous, with agents, financial planners, and front office executives dissecting every clause to ensure maximum flexibility, performance accountability, and alignment with the team's championship ambitions. Meanwhile, opponents are bracing for the tactical adjustments required to defend against a player capable of altering the outcome of games almost single-handedly, recognizing that Hill's inclusion could elevate the Patriots' offensive threat to an entirely new stratosphere. Social media buzzes with comparisons to historical free agent signings, all acknowledging the rarity and audacity of a deal that could become a blueprint for future marquee acquisitions in professional football. Ultimately, the rumors surrounding Tyreek Hill and the New England Patriots are shaping a narrative that combines audacious ambition, high-stakes strategy, and the magnetic allure of athletic excellence. Should this deal materialize, it would not simply be a record-setting contract. It would symbolize a commitment to reshaping the franchise's identity, redefining offensive potential, and creating a focal point around which fans, media, and analysts can rally. The discourse extends beyond mere speculation about touchdowns and statistics, touching on the cultural, financial, and strategic ramifications that accompany a signing of this magnitude. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our New England Patriots, be sure to subscribe to Patriots Hub and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.